going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got Trey with G Square Tactical. Gene's about to come into the scene here in a minute, but we're just going to get a little started, a little introduction. They say that you're not officially a gun guy until you have an AK-47. Now, there are a lot of options out there, but there's something prideful about getting an American-made product when you're in America. Maybe, you know, if you live in Mexico, maybe there's something prideful about getting a made-in-Mexico product. I don't know. But I can only speak for Americans whenever I say that if you get a made-in-the-USA, made-in-America product, you have that much more reason to be proud of it. And honestly, I don't think that this one is going to misperform. It's going to be bad. And the reason that I say that is because AK is not necessarily a gun that originated in the States. It came from overseas, but PSA has done what they do, and they have essentially perfected it. They have remade it. I shouldn't say perfected it, because I don't know how well it's going to perform. We have not shot this gun yet, but I would like to think it would do well, because they do produce a lot. They actually even go so far as to make a combination where you can get an AR and an AK with the same serial number. And, you know, maybe not so cool to some people, but it's different, right? So you kind of get like twins, if you will. Today's a first in a lot of ways for me. We really went all out with the suppressor today. I haven't really ever experienced shooting a suppressor. We shot the Desert Eagle today, and now we're shooting the AK-47. AKs are freaking sweet. Let me just say that. That's what I'm trying to get around to. So this particular AK-47 is by PSA. We have already done the tabletop on it, so I will leave that link in the description. But my goodness gracious, one of the most specific, fundamental attributes to an AK-47 is your wood stock. I mean, just feeling of it, holding it in your hand. Actually, a gentleman came out here and was with us earlier that was shooting an AK-47, and he had the right idea. He got one with a wood stock. Now, they do make other ones, don't get me wrong, and guns are guns. If it goes bang, I'm all for it. But if you're going to get specific and you're going to get a mint, just a mint AK-47, you're going to want one of these babies. You're going to want one with the wood grips on it. You're going to want one with the wood furniture, the wood stock. It's just where you want to be at.
All right. They say that if you don't get a Polish AK-47, then you haven't done much. That's what they say. Now, PSA also claims that they have made a replica, so to speak, of the Polish version of the AK-47. One thing that I know about it is that unlike on most of the, like the Zastava, Century Arms, some of the other more popular, I guess, is that the finish is raw. Like through and through, the finish is raw. And as you will have seen already in the tabletop, the finish on this to be an AK-47 is impeccable. And you may look at that and say, now I don't know about that, but if you're comparing it to BFR revolver or something like that, okay, well, it's not impeccable compared to that, but compared to other AK-47, which are in really bad shape, you almost get the feeling you're going to hear them rust at night. So I do know that the reason I initially went with the PSA AK-47 was because of how well the finish was and how good this wood stock looked. And I did upgrade and put the cheese grater on here, as you'll see in the video. So like Trey said, this is the first time that me and him, either one, has ever shot an AK-47. So we're really not the experts on AK-47 necessarily, but we can pull a trigger and we can tell you whether or not it failed. So that's what we're here for today. We're here to shoot it, let you know, like, hey, listen, I would rather hear from a first-time AK-47 shooter than I would a seasoned AK-47 shooter, because he's going to be biased. I just wasted a certain area of that target. It could be playing tricks on me because it's late and the sun's going down.
That's probably what it is.
But that trigger reset is freaking insane. Like, I don't know if you could hear it during the video. Yes, it comes out a little far, but as soon as it resets, it breaks. Like, there's no more take up after that. It breaks as soon as it resets, and you can feel it. While you're shooting the gun, you can really feel the reset. You can feel it, like physically feel the reset of that trigger. It almost puts you in mind of the reset on the Saint pistol, right? Now, I will say, given this is the first time I've shot an AK-47, I will say that watching all the videos of these terrorist videos or whatever, and you watch them run out doing this right here, just spraying and praying, you know, I expected it would be very low recoil, because they're able to do that. They're out there doing this right here, you know, but the recoil is not as low as I thought it would be. But again, it has been a long day at the range, so I'm gonna let Trey shoot this thing. And one thing I know is it's a little bit tricky until you get used to how to put that mag in. But rack you one in there and tell me what you think about the old girl.
Well, she's heavier with the mag in it, I'll tell you that. First time shooting an AK-47. Mom would be proud.
No, she would.
But no, she wouldn't. True. Dude. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, target's gone.
I don't know if an AK-47 is, maybe some of you guys that know better than us that are AK guys, maybe you can tell us, is it supposed to lock back on the empty mag? I'm not really sure.
I will say this, I mean, like the, you know, the finish and everything, like it's a tightly built firearm, so I could expect that, I guess, but you know, some of the finish starts to come off a little bit in the moving parts. The recoil pad might need to be updated.
Yeah.
Not sure what you think about that. It is your gun.
Yeah, no, well, I could tell. Yeah, see, I don't know why people do that. You remember the Ruger AR-15 we did today had that cheese grater, like,
yeah,
you know, and that's almost like the same.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like complaining, but when you get in the realm of a semi-auto rifle that was converted to a, you know, from a fully automatic rifle, I mean, you want something that's going to be a little bit comfortable, right? Like, you don't want to have a bruise on your shoulder when
I mean, I could tell by the way, like, I stepped back away so the people could see too. I could tell, you could see the recoil in it.
Right.
Anyway, we're not going to shoot it a whole lot more today. I promise you guys that we are going to put more ammo through this thing. There is a tabletop up on it, so go check that out. And we are going to shoot this. I plan to shoot this a lot. As soon as the ammo comes back down, Lord willing it will, we're coming out here and we're really going to abuse this thing. We're going to really put it through the paces, but today cannot be that day. Trey's going to hurt himself if I don't hurry up.
Hi.
And so, because we just don't have the ammo, guys, but this being the first time we've shot it, I really am impressed with the PSA American-made AK-47. Like I said, impeccable finish. They have their own magazines, although they'll take any of the other magazines. Beautiful wood stock on there, and it performed flawlessly. And no, I did not clean this gun or oil it in any capacity before we started, but I've always heard that AK-47 was very reliable. You want to wrap it up, Trey?
Yeah, I mean, for a first time AK-47 shooter. I am super impressed. I'm happy. It's one of those guns that you build up in your mind. You want to know how great it's going to be. It's great. You're not going to be disappointed. And I hope you weren't with our video today. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button, the subscribe button, and set those alerts. We got so much content coming. Thanks, guys.